Hey everyone, in this video, we're going to talk about our brand new mortgage protection telesales platform. And it's unlike anything you have ever seen in the industry. And over here, we have Jason Richter, the mastermind behind it all. So we're going to kind of talk through what the program's all about, talk about the lead. We'll talk through just mortgage protection telesales in general, as it's typically a face-to-face thing. And I know a lot of agents have questions about that. So Jason, tell us about this lead first, right? You call it the simple lead.
Yeah, it's a call-in mortgage protection lead. It's a direct mail piece that the person calls in, we capture their phone number, get a hold of them immediately, typically while they're still standing at the mailbox with the mail. So we're getting a hold of them. They're wanting to learn more about it. There's lots of opportunity for spousal situations and multiple apps from each lead that you get. So great contact ratio, great closing ratio. Yes, this was originally, and people still think it should only be face-to-face. Not true. When I was in the field doing mortgage protection for 10 years, it was unthinkable to try to do this over the phone. But when we were pushed to do that during COVID, I was doing a little bit of over the phone beforehand with some final expense on the side. And I used some of those techniques with what I've learned in mortgage protection in the field and put those two together. And when I was forced to function over the phone, I found a process that would work and make it a smooth, easy, simplified process for people to do business with me and comfortably over the phone and close more mortgage protection deals. And, we'll have weeks. We had a new agent 6 months into the business, his first week with us, do $22,000 in his very first week. 21 years old.
That's awesome. But I can see why. I mean, seeing these leads and the fact that they're calling in, right? Yeah. And then you're getting delivered that lead pretty much within minutes to a phone number they called in from. Like, this is the phone that their preferred phone that they use. So the contact rate is really high with these. And that's, that's huge for any sort of telesales, right? To have, some of your batches, you contact 100% of them, right?
Yeah. I've done my own Facebook campaigns, successful, cost per lead programs or campaigns, and just find out it's typically the same people filling out the same forms, unless there's some kind of filtering in process or in place, and you're burning your wills and you're burning your day and your time and your energy and your emotion and motivation. And with these, it really helps protect that. You spend more on a lead, but your time is more precious, than you think. So if you're working at a process that's proven, buying a quality lead and not buying all these different types of leads, trying to figure it out and trying these vendors who are trying to make money for their own families and selling you leads that are expensive and killing your profit margins, this will work out great for you, I promise you. So you put the right amount of money into these leads and the right amount of activity to match up with it, you can't go wrong, especially with what you've put in place, Jeff, with your systems and with my process. Be perfect.
Yeah. So we, to give some background on that, we collaborated to put together, Jason with his lead, us with the technology and the support and everything behind it. And then with Jason's training, with the training, you have 21 plus videos walking you through step by step everything that you do to be successful. You're having $25,000 plus weeks writing mortgage protection over the phone,
running a lead system, helping out a team, doing other stuff. So it's really, if you're doing it full time without having to do all these different things that I'm doing, you shouldn't have an issue if you're putting in the right amount of effort and motivation. and being consistent, because there's a lot of pipelines you got to fill up when you're running your business and doing personal production. So filling those up and giving enough time, and in your fourth week, you should be very consistent and seeing a consistent income for yourself.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. To me, the power in this and what you've put together with the lead is when somebody calls in, you capture their phone number, and that phone number they called in on, plus a bunch of data on the background, kind of connects together once they call a phone number, and through a series of webhooks, of APIs and everything, distributes a lead with their mortgage amount, with their
best time to call
mortgage company, right? And all that stuff to reference in the lead that gets posted to you in the next few minutes after they called in. And to me, when you're working direct mail and somebody sends a business reply, like, yeah, that's something that time passes, right? A good maybe week, or I don't know how long. I've never worked mortgage protection direct mail, but from the time they sent the card to that, but you're getting somebody instantly on the phone, and the most decisive action anybody can take is picking up the phone and calling. And that's what you're getting in this lead.
Yeah, immediately, because they're going to go across. I mean, people get so much advertisement put in their face every single day. If you call them, several days later after getting a lead, your contact ratio, and interest level goes down, because they're getting more phone calls, seeing more advertisement, forgetting about calling in sometimes. So you got to reach out to them right away and catch them in that moment and seize that opportunity. So, and that's available with these leads. They're not getting a sign here, a sign there, and then you're getting the lead, a day later or something like that. You're getting them immediately to contact immediately. So,
and this is completely different than like a general life insurance lead, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So people want to learn more about what is mortgage protection, when on all actuality, we're using life insurance products. But here's the difference. It's the living benefits and it being purpose for their mortgage. So using that leverage of those products, those non-med simplified issue products, to your advantage, to give people more to see more value in the program, by explaining that there's these included living benefits and even further optional living benefits that make that program more dynamic than being a death benefit with a terminal illness rider. A traditional life insurance. So that keeps them interested. That keeps them thinking of it separate from being life insurance. So they're like, yeah, I got life insurance, but I need some mortgage protection. So of course, let me explain. Let's find something that will take care of your mortgage, and then you have your life insurance to replace your income. So that makes a big difference when working these leads. You're a mortgage protection specialist. You're not just another life insurance agent, buying life insurance leads and trying to, hustle life insurance for quotes. So it's learning more instead of about quotes. Probably the best way of putting it.
Yeah. And that's what your training explains too. I mean, you have everything from the approach, from setting the table to, just kind of the
optimal price ranges to stay in. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. All that is in your video training that agents will get instant access to once they get on the platform and start onboarding to get up to speed. Now, who do you think this platform is for, Jason? Who do you see having the most success working mortgage protection telesales leads? Is it, do you see a range of final expense agents or term agents, new agents? Like,
I have yet to pin that down.
Okay.
It is. I mean, anybody can do it. I mean, I've had unexpected, successes from agents that I think would maybe struggle a little bit, but did really well, and other agents that I would suspect they would do good, but couldn't get their mind wrapped around, what they've already learned and the way they do their process. But so you got to be teachable. You got to have a good positive attitude. I think that would be probably one of the characteristics of who we would be looking for to be successful in doing this.
Yeah.
Positive attitude, having that belief level high enough to where they trust what we're explaining, because you're running a business when you're doing this. So you got to invest and have the mindset of letting go of that money that a typical W-2 employee wouldn't understand to let go of. I mean, for some people, it's like paying their rent or their mortgage every single week in leads, and doing it through bad weeks and good weeks. Yeah. So people who can invest properly, people who have a good positive attitude and can have that mental fortitude as well, of getting through their learning curve and keep pushing forward with knowing what's on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I think is really powerful in the platform is how you structured the training. Because for me, I went through your training and I was a term agent before. I've sold a ton of term policies over the phone. I worked at a call center back in 2009 and selling hundreds of policies a month. And it was, to me, seeing your training, it was completely different than what I experienced, right? And I get it, because it's a different sort of product. And I say this because I don't want term life insurance agents coming in here thinking they're going to sling term policies like they're used to doing to their leads, because it is a whole different process and something that it took me a second to wrap my mind around. And when we had our conversations, I was questioning. I'm like, why are you? This actually works, and it took me a while. And then I saw the results of it. I was like, I understand now. And that was a big piece of this for me to understand how different mortgage protection is to selling general life insurance. And I think term agents coming into this platform, I think you will have to have a little mindset shift, because it isn't the same. And if you start slinging fully underwritten policies because of price and all that, I think you're setting yourself up for failure, because what you train in there and the mindset behind it is key. And that's why I think a lot of agents will have success in this platform, is because you're training the right way to do it. The fact that you're writing, over a third of your leads every single lead batch, right? And you are doing this consistently over time with the platform you've put in place. To me, that's telling in itself, and knowing that a lot of other agents that are seeing success in the platform as well. So I just can't wait for other agents to see it, but I want the term agents out there to understand that this is different. Don't go into this thinking you're getting a different term lead. This is mortgage protection.
Yeah, you want to keep it very simple for them. It's not about saving them $2. I've asked my customers questions like, would you rather do a fully underwritten, medical exam to save this amount of money, or to do this longer term, or would you want to just go this route? And they always choose a simplified route to get it done. They want to check it off their list. They didn't come to you for life insurance. So they came to you for mortgage protection. So keep it simple. So that's, and I explained that in another video in pretty good detail, to understand that, yes, it is a mind shift. And I don't mind being asked those questions again if anybody wants to reach out and want more clarification on it. But yes, it is different. People aren't going in and shopping 15 people for life insurance, right? I mean, when they do mortgage protection, filling out a form or calling in to get more information, they're thinking they're just reaching out to one company and wanting to learn more. That's it. And when people shop for life insurance, they understand there's a process behind it. Sometimes, a lot of times, there's medical exams. So their agents are given that grace to do that. And they're typically reaching out purposely to 10 different companies a lot of times. So you're having to beat rate, and build relationship at the same time for general term life insurance or final expense.
Yeah. So. Awesome. Well, Jason, I just want to do a quick video with you here, and we'll get some more videos, more in-depth videos on selling mortgage protection over the phone on this YouTube channel. But for now, I mean, the system that we've put together by collaborating is something I've never seen before. The type of lead with the APIs and webhooks kind of talking together to bring a lead directly into a CRM with the processed, you have the scripting, you have the training, you have all the support you need, you have live Zoom calls every week with you, on top of the recorded training that is basically your mind in a course. And it's incredible. So I can't wait for the industry to experience what we've put together, because you've never seen a lead like this. It hasn't been done before. And, I think that it's going to be a big hit for the telesales community, because there isn't a telesales program out there like this yet. If you want more information to learn more about the program, go to digitalbga.com/mortgage protection. All right. Thanks, everybody.